Let's give Craig a hand. I want to welcome everybody, and you know what? I gotta say that in our society, there are people that may win a gold medal at the Olympics, and what do you call them? A hero. But you know who the real heroes are in our modern society today? It's all of you. And I'll tell you why. Because you could have spent tonight watching reruns of Gilligan's Island or reruns of American Idol. You rerun that? You know, or you could have been on the internet, you know, Facebook, just Facebooking. I think, you know, if you're a Facebooker, I am, you know, you could have just did that. But you're here. You took the effort, you fought traffic, it's after work, you could have went to the gym, but you're here. And the reason we're all here is for one big reason: to make a difference. And it's not just to make a difference in our lives, but the whole reason organizations like Surfrider get together is to make a difference, not just for us, but for others and for future generations. You know, I got to tell you, I went to Maricosta High School way back in the 70s, and it was a really great thing going to Maricosta. I'll tell you why, because in Maricosta back in the late 70s, we actually had surfing for zero period. So before first period, they created a zero period, because when the surfers go surfing, it's early in the morning, right? Okay, so fast forward years later, and I'm driving along the beach, and I remember it was a day after a big rain event, and I saw surfers out there with these like looked like little scientists. They were like testing the water, little test tubes. I'm wondering, what are they doing? And you know, because you get busy with college, and get busy with work, and you get busy with just life. And then I didn't pay attention to it. All I remember is that the last time I went into water, I got discouraged, because when I got out of the water, there was tar, but I had to get some gasoline or anything or something, and I had to pull it out of my hair. This was a long time ago. I thought, man, things are really changing. And then I saw the surfers testing the water, and I thought, wow, this is really getting bad. The bay that we have. You know, what's based around the water, around the beach? It's property values. Our quality of life is so based around what goes on at the beach. And then I got to thinking, well, you know, it's too bad, but it didn't occur to me. And then, you know, as I started landscaping through the years, I started realizing that a lot of what we did as a society to landscape was really harming our environment. And you know, back in the about 100 years ago, before LA was LA, when water rained, it actually fell, you know, in the bay here, but it didn't go out to the street. Where did water go? It actually went into the ground, and it actually filled up the aquifers, the wells, so to speak, that are underneath the ground. 1947, it was found out that people were watering plants and stuff, and that seawater was actually intruding, because so much water had been pumped out. The seawater was actually intruding. So that's when West Basin was formed. That's why we're honored tonight to have Carol Pond with us here of West Basin, because West Basin actually was able to create a wall to help to keep the seawater at bay. Now, why is it so important to keep the ocean water in the ocean and not have it come this way? Well, let's go back 2,000 years. Go back to your history days. Remember when the ancient Romans, they wanted to conquer the world, and they pretty much did 2,000 years ago. Well, if the ancient Romans didn't like you, if they didn't like you, they would conquer you and they would absorb you. But if they really didn't like you, you know what they would do? They would take salt and they would put it on your fields, on your fruit trees. You know what salt does to land? It destroys it. The high salt concentration just destroys it. So if you have salt water coming into, intruding into our environment, you're going to destroy our environment. You're going to destroy the ability. Can you imagine what life would be like if we had no trees, no plants? It'd be a desert. It really would. So it behooves us now. Now Surfrider, how they got involved was they started. They're like, if I have 100 cigarette butts and I throw them out in the ocean, then you have Surfrider there to pick them up. But then and that's what